Hello, and thank you once again for joining us in the Friendship Faith Sharing series of videos. We are on the section now in this series, The Importance of Practice, which is on page 6 if you have a printed handout. If you don't, in the description below, you can click the link and that'll take you to the PDF of just that page. And you can click another link that's a link to our Facebook page if you want to have questions. Or you can go back to the person who shared this with you, the teacher, the pastor at your church that you've been working with, and they will help you get that document in front of you if you're not able to. So please make sure that you do that. Also make sure that you go back and take the time to listen to the other videos if you haven't yet, because they're important. Each one builds on the one before it. And while they kind of stand independently, they're better if they're viewed in line. So, importance of practice. We'll be learning a plan. We haven't gotten to that yet. This is just to kind of prepare our hearts to jump into the plan once we get there. And we need to practice it. Anything we want to be good at, we practice. It's vital. Practice keeps us prepared. Sharing this plan with someone who is a prayer partner and has a heart for ministry will help us to hone our skills. I've often been asked when I give a seminar on this, and said, Craig, how do you know how to respond to all of these things in the way that you do? I said, well, I did it. And when I would face someone, I'd be in a situation I didn't know, I'd go back to my wife and I'd say, this is what happened and this was what I said or didn't know how to respond to, and what do you think? And we would pray, and she would come up with some thoughts. I'd go to other people and that were trusted partners, and I would say, this was the situation, and I learned and they learned from me, and so we grew together. Proverbs chapter 27 verse 17 says, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. And you know the way that works? I worked for someone one time, and they believed that we always ought to be in conflict, and called pushback. You push against somebody doing so much work till they have to push back. Well, that's two pieces hitting like this. That doesn't sharpen iron. Iron sharpens iron when they work in harmony together and slide across. Yes, they make some changes. Yes, there's some difference. So the reason we practice is because I want to learn from you and I want you to learn from me. And so you will face situations that I'll never face. I'll face situations that you will never face. But as I learn how you handled it and you learn how I handled it, we will grow together. And we're all unique for a reason. You bring something to the table of sharing faith that I can never bring. And I bring something to the table of sharing faith that you can't. But if I learn from your uniqueness and you learn from mine, then both of us will be better. So that's the one reason that we want to be a part of the church's practice times. The second point, as before we end today, is practice makes us aware. Practice makes us aware. Practicing this plan with someone keeps our eyes open to situations where we can share it. When I'm practicing with someone, I go out into the world and my eyes are open. The lens has been cleaned so that I can see the person who is the seeker. And I'm not just randomly knocking on doors and grabbing people on the street, but I see the person who is ready to listen. 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 15 says, but in your hearts revere Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. But do this with gentleness and respect. That last part I want to look at first, gentleness and respect. I'm not beating down people's doors or knocking them over the head with the Bible. I'm looking for someone who's ready to listen. I humbly ask them for the opportunity to share with them, and we're going to learn how to do that. And then I share if they're ready to receive. If not, I just leave the door open for when that time may come in the future. But notice it says be prepared. Preparation is activity. Preparation doesn't happen when we're asleep. It happens when we're studying, when we're practicing. And if we're prepared, God will send us people. If we're not prepared, guess what? God's not going to send them to us. He's going to send them to someone who is prepared. So practice. Go to your church's practice sessions. Ask your teacher when you can schedule that. And it may just be a couple of people, and we'll get into the details of that later. God bless you. Thank you for this. Read those passages again. I hope to hear from you soon and how this lesson is helping you. Thank you.